Yo, what up guys? A little bit of a different video. Account reviews. I often get account reviews requests of people saying like, oh, can you check into my account? Can you make a video about it? Of like re-ruining it or doing this, that, and that can help out all kinds of people. And I mostly reply is like, yeah, that would really help out you, but it wouldn't really help out the other people that much because every account is unique in itself and their own thing. And sure, we all kind of have like the same steps that you walk in process, but in the end, your account review is most likely only going to help you. So for that reason, I don't do that too much. However, I do them sometimes. And the question is, say, how can you review my account? If you follow me on stream link is down below in the description. You do have a few of those rewards. So if you go to the chat, there's a few of those channel point rewards. And there's a bunch of things that are maybe not that interesting, maybe there are. But I also have account review and account review plus. Might you ask, what is account review and account review plus? I'm pretty sure that if you click on it, then you can see what it is. So account review is just me going to your island from being on the same server as like a friend visit kind of thing, and then me just talking about your monsters. Make sure that your monsters are out of storage, otherwise you can't see them. Or we also have the upgraded version, which is the account review plus. That is me logging in and doing an account review of about like 10 to 15 minutes on your account. It is 200k points. That is quite a lot of points. But it is something that just if you watch me, you get channel points. If you participate in certain events, you get channel points. I might do a few more giveaways for channel points. I might just do a giveaway of getting the whole account review. So just a few things that I can help you out by you guys supporting me. Because in the end, you guys are supporting me. So I want to support you guys. So I do try to provide content that you guys are either find enjoyable, laugh at like, this sucker can't even play his own game, or that you can maybe learn a thing or two. So with that, I can also maybe help you a little bit with just progression on your account with that account review. I do have these numbers set in right now at these numbers that they are with the 50k and the 200k, but it's just something that I think is nice to give back to the community as well. And after this, I will show 2 clips of me doing an account review plus on someone else's account of something that I actually recorded way back already. But I did want to give it a little bit more clout of people knowing that it's there, and also what is the difference between the account review and the account review plus. And plus something that you might just start thinking of like, I want to start saving for that. And then just like you see me online, if you want to check when I am online, of course you can follow on Twitch, but you can also go into the Discord, and Discord has like this notification thing of when I go live on any of those kind of things. You could subscribe. It is absolutely not necessary. I do highly appreciate it. And I do think for subscribers, you get ×2 points, but I'll edit that part out if I am wrong with that. So if this part is still in the video, then I would be correct on that, but I would have to check with someone because I am not entirely sure. Yeah, it does show ×2 for a tier 3 sub. I think a tier 1 sub already has like ×2 as well. So you can get a little bit more points according to that. You can also participate in if I do any predictions. If you do get the prediction right, you can gamble more points into that. So maybe I'll start doing more predictions as well, or maybe have like a mod do more predictions. So definitely something that might be interesting. Also, if you feel that this is interesting for you, let me know in the comments and let me show 2 clips of me doing account review on someone else's account. Guys, hope you enjoy this. Look at Giants, Alunia team, else Arena. Okay, fair. Giants is this. Does that actually work? Oh, you were the one that asked that if this works. I'm actually not sure if this works. You do have the critter. I actually want to see that I run. It might be that it's actually pretty strong. But let's see. Let's see. We run this. You move first. Yep. Okay. No, it's not good. It's not good. You do too little damage. You would need to not have a Luna use skills, plus your homunculus is too slow. So this would only work if you can guarantee that this thing would do enough damage, that the Akamamir does do enough damage to kill. I think if you have a Mephisto, it would work, because Mephisto is a lot more damage than an Akamamir, I noticed that. Because my Akamamir was doing like double 4Ks, where my Mephisto did on pretty much the same set, like, it was doing like 14.5, 15 or so. So yeah, this team would only work if either your Manananan is doing more damage or your Akamamir is doing more damage. Mananan's not max crit. I'm not sure if that actually mattered. Because I think either or you did or did not crit, you wouldn't have enough damage. Well, let me see. Yeah, it's by just a little bit, but you're lacking in that in the first place. Also, your damage on water could be a lot better, because it's just the damage on water, but no additional line. And in this one... Wait, I don't think... Does this do the extra damage? I don't think it does, right? But what is the spread damage? Does it actually come from here? I think the actual damage comes from here, so you would have to go crit damage max, I guess. Is it even crit damage max? I think crit damage first and crit damage own is probably the way to go. But yeah, definitely this one could be a lot better if you had it. But you don't. Bro, you have to farm some artifacts. It's the main thing I can say. Farm artifacts. Akamamir's triple fight. Yeah, that's the part that's not gonna work out. You probably need like a high damage Akamamir. Otherwise, it is a good fight set though, not gonna lie. It's actually pretty solid on fight runes. Decent amount of crit rate and crit damage and stuff. And this one is too slow. It needs to be 153. So plus 52 or 53 is good enough. So yeah, those are a few things that you could work on. I think I can see the team working. I guess you don't have a Mephisto, otherwise you would be using that, right? Yeah, seems that way. At least I couldn't spot it this fast. So yeah, I would probably recommend to just try to get more damage on those units, because this thing plus this thing has to clear waves. Otherwise, Luna moves at the wrong spot. I do like the team, you just need better runes for it. Mephisto is unskilled. You could decide... Oh, wait, Mephisto's right over here. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you would need a max skill Mephisto, but Mephisto would do a lot more damage for this. Because his skill 2 is actually pretty nice damage. So you could build a Mephisto with this, and I think it would work. I would recommend... You could maybe give triple fight to Mephisto. It's an option. I like this artifact. This first skill artifact is super nice. If you do that one plus then a damage on water, this... Yeah, would definitely give a little bit better. And then give this one the fastest speed as well. You also wanted me to check Elunia. Let's see what you're rocking. Well, oh, wait, you have 120. I don't even have those things for 120. Mine is still, like, capped at 100. I don't like this. I do not like this at all. It's that fast team. You don't want to run a fast team on that shit. You just don't. Let's see if you have the typical units for a slow team. Seems like you don't have a Feng Yang. I still don't like those teams. I absolutely don't like those teams. I would way rather see you do something like this. This one, and then I would go for a little bit of a Riley flavor. I would absolutely recommend to run this. Just go for like slow units. Put Royd. Royd is not too bad as well. You could put a Royd. Yeah, Royd might be actually better than a Mephisto in this position. There's a little bit more multi-hits, but Royd is actually not bad for the armor breaks as well. It's not skilled though, but yeah. In your guild, do you have to wait before reserving? In what sense? Like that if a tower is able to be reserved, you... Well, the thing is, we can only reserve 10 minutes before we can do a hit or some shit. Yen, Orochi, Riley is your team. It is an option, but I think that these are more safe. And then for the focusing, you do want to focus, especially if you have a Dominic, you do want to focus on the Abellio. That's the main thing. But I definitely recommend to run this slow. Like, for example, when I'm casting... SWEL, I was farming Dimension Hole, because that is where I have a lot of time, where I can't really look at my phone. So if you're doing work stuff, or you have like a family dinner that you can't look at your phone for an hour, that's why you want to farm Elonia. And you were saying Arena. The 10-minute rule standard depends from guild to guild. What are you rocking for Arena? I'm not liking this team, actually. And that team is not bad. Don't like... Make it hundreds. Make it 100. And I think you still have to go a little bit... you have speed increasing effect a little bit. You could make Leia still a little bit faster, even though that you already boost to enough. It just adds her damage as well. I think that this team is not bad. The only issue is if you start missing, it's bad. I would recommend you to build a Leia team with this thing as well. I'm not sure you probably... Oh, you do have this thing? You do have. And the team I actually recommend you to build would be the following. This one. You have a Chiwu. You have a Chiwu. Perfect. This one. Yep, you also have that one. Perfect. And this one. This one and the same thing with the Truffle. I definitely do highly recommend these teams because the thing with this team is even if you fail something, you're probably still going to clear it. And with the Truffle, it's mainly you want to use this team the moment that you want to reset something like a Samath or like anything annoying. But in the case of this defense, for example, it's better to use the Truffle because just higher chance of landing your stuff, I guess. Or higher chance of landing your stuff. Yeah, this is definitely nice to outspeed these kind of things. That's definitely, like, keep this one in, it's definitely nice. But I would use the pure vanilla cookie one as well. Like this, for example, you can definitely outspeed this with using this. And then if you use the Jasmine, this thing is not going to do shit to you. Because you have this thing is not going to do shit to you. Whereas this team would never clear this properly. Because you would have issues with Abellio. You would have issues with the Halfas. With the Chiwu in there and these kind of units, you don't even have issues with this because of the Oblivion and shit. So this team is very solid. Yeah, and for this, I would say that this one is a little bit more tricky because you're probably not going to outspeed fully enough. So this one against the Samath is a little bit more tricky. But definitely an option you could look into. What do you have for defense? That's probably not your normal defense, right? What are you normally rocking for defense during the rush? You could rock this if you have a trap style, but then you would need to make the whole team like 220 or 225 speed or 270 speed, and then trap the whole thing. But as 0 speed team, I don't really like this. Yeah, if you actually make your Leo also get like 80 speed right now, then it would be a lot better. Because then you might trap a little bit, but I would definitely say trap like starting at 225 minimum. Don't really have LDs for it. You have these two, but they're not that great for it at the moment. Same for Dark Bayek. Okay, this song is a little bit too much wub wub wub. Let's just go for a complete different style of music for a second. You got Isis. Isis is decent, but it's mainly TOA, I would say. Juno for the Pater and Water Master. Okay, it's an option. But yeah, I would definitely, if you go for a Leo team, I would try to trap the Leo team with like a higher speed Leo. Definitely helps out. But yeah, I would say, do you have a Vanessa? Do you have? You do have a Vanessa. You could go for like a Vanessa, Zen, or Triton. No Triton, no Zen. You do have a Triton. Okay. Rakan, that could be an option. Well, a lot of the units you don't have skilled yet, so I would say for the Leo defense, it's not bad, but I would aim for a trap. If you want to go any other route, I would be saying something along the lines of, it's currently quite meta, is going for these two with this one, and then add in like a stupid Camilla or something. Like something like this is pretty meta at the moment as well. That's something you could run. And then you want to build this one on Swift, this one either super fast fire or also Swift. And then these two just on like either tanky or some like overall hybrid bruiser build, whatever. Those are definitely options you have. Can I rune up Elunia speed team? I do not recommend Elunia speed teams. I never ran an Elunia speed team myself, so I have no clue how it would actually look like. I highly, like, anti-recommend, what's the word for it? I forgot. Discourage you to run a speed team in Elunia. Because Elunia, in the end, you only have to farm it once per 2 hours. It's really not that much. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all for the review plus. I think that's about 15 minutes, right? I actually didn't look at the clock when we started. Interserver defense and arena offense. Well, if you did manage to get G2, definitely not bad. Definitely not bad. Let's see, defense-wise. I think you posted this one as well. I don't really like Vanessa defense in Interserver because people will bruise the shit out of this and then it's easy to bruise or so. I would pretty much always go a Clara defense if you want to go speed lead. That is actually not too bad. I kind of like it. Not sure if I'm liking this thing though. It is good runes. You actually put like very good runes on this and then it could work for that reason. Like, I would actually say if you want to go for a decent route, which is a decent unit in this, is Dominic. Do you happen to have a Dom? Dominic is not a bad unit in this at all. And I would say since we have this already, the Nora is less interesting too. We just go straight up this without a heal. You might be kind of open to Suicide Team right now. What other LDs you have? Oh, you have Veronica, but that's not really that great for defense. Over here, Yennefer, nah. Oh, you do have this thing though, but since everyone is going to slow clear your ass, it doesn't do as much. I would actually do this, because if people want to slow clear you, they might get into trouble. But maybe you could put the Nora in there for that position as well. It's not the worst. But I would definitely go for a Clara setup. So Nora's over here. But the interesting about the Dom is, like, if people go Feng Yang or people go Bolfric or those kind of things, a Dominic on a few procs can actually kill shit. And that's the main thing that you're looking at. Looks like Lucian food. I wouldn't Lucian this, not on Interserver. Because in the end, this thing will most likely survive. That thing can block 1 or 2 hits, and this thing could potentially outspeed you. So on Interserver, people don't really Lucian. People just slow clear. So you just have to counter slow clear in most cases. But for what's good runed, these are definitely making sense. Even this on Vio is totally fine in Interserver, because people in general don't really go for like outspeeding this. Like, everyone kind of gets feared to outspeed and shit, so you can definitely just keep this Vio. Would probably do this, yeah. But you could play as a Dominic and you could kind of try what works better. And then you were saying AO. You don't have any wings at the moment. Okay, don't have too many things. Not sure if this is even good. I would definitely say... Oh, wait, you have a Byuncho. Oh, wait. That actually changes things. I totally forgot about Byuncho. I did not see the Byuncho. We're going this. Absolutely. This thing is better than the Dom. You're rushing with Leo? Yeah, I do think that you currently run for AD probably something along the lines of this. With this or so. Probably this is very strong for AD, but I think it's even better if you go for a Triton in here. Like this. This is pretty strong as well. It is susceptible to the dot team though. If you want to be less susceptible to the dot team, then this is the better option. So that's things that you can think of working on. But you were talking offense. So offense-wise, you were saying you're just doing Leo team. I think that's... Yeah, this Leo team is definitely good. That Leo's team is good. Probably don't really have to look at it. Yeah, you have all good Leo teams. That's definitely true. You probably look more at, like, okay, what kind of fast teams can you do? Never really thought of, like, a trinity for offense that much. Do you have Adriana? No, okay. Adriana does enable, like, a lot of stuff Without Adriana, it kind of sucks. No Leia, no Adriana. Yeah, that kind of limits like the amount of damage output you have on offense. That certainly does. I would say that how much do you have for like the dot team? Because you have these two. You have a Mook Wong. Or you probably have a Rika. I would just run up a dot team. Like, I think that your offense-wise, I don't think you should super hard speed check people. But if you build a dot team, that could definitely help you out. So a dot team would be something along the lines of these, plus any tanky unit. So that could be, I've seen that you use like Varamos. Varamos is a good option. Heigang is definitely a good option. I would say Heigang by base. And then the others are more optional. I do think you have an Heigang, right? Somewhere. Can't find it, of course. Or do you not have an Heigang? Fire Fat Guy in storage. Fire Fat Guy could be a 5th unit as well, yeah. But I would place him as 5th. I did notice that Rika's a lot better than the Mook Wong. Wait, you got no Heigang? Or am I blind as fuck? Guess you don't have it. You have one. Where the hell are that? Where the rockery is that thing at? You didn't level it or some shit? Wait, anyone seeing Heigang? I also see no one in chat like pointing like it's over there. So for that reason, I'm not sure. It's in the other storage. Okay, this plus Heigang. This plus Heigang or with a Vert or a Mook Wong. That's definitely what I could recommend for offense. And then you want to build the whole team on preferably 100 res. With a Heigang, it's not as much of a must to be 100 res, but it's still nice. And you have to care a little bit less about accuracy. Accuracy is not that interesting because most of the defense you hit, you're not going to be hitting on high resistance anyways. It's a fine build. Okay, resistance Fang. That's an option. You have still pretty decent defense for max res. Oh, I like this. That's a solid Feng Yang. I like it. Pharaoh is this. Okay, okay. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Definitely do think you can clear kind of fast with it. What AD would be good against Sath? Giselle. Like, I would say Giselle is one of the few things that hard counter it. If people start putting Junos on defense, Junos are impossible to dot team. So it might be, but the thing with Juno is you're just literally countering the dot team, nothing else. So I'm not too sure how good that would be. Well, you're also kind of countering Sonya teams. But like Leia teams, you're fully open to, so not sure if it's that good. And things that give immunity to itself. So to a certain extent, a Manon counters it, but also Rakan counters it. But it counts it to a certain extent. I think the Manon decently. Meaning against what team do you use it? Ah, okay. Let's see. We can't see anyone right now. Pretty much, you do see a lot of those teams that are looking something along the lines of this. This is one of the more common teams. This with like a Triton or a Zen. So this is a very common team. You can kill this with the dot team easily. You can buy wings if you want. No, it's not necessary. But this is definitely something you can counter with the dot team, and that's a very meta team. And the same thing with, if there's Triton in there, same thing. And you want 15 crit rate, so you don't crit on this bitch. But the moment that they make the team like this, it becomes more tricky because you can't really kill this thing that well. Can you use Asima instead of Nora? Only against non-Camilla teams, because your Asima is gonna hella crit the living shit out of Camillas. But I would absolutely use Asima the moment that there's no Camilla, because there's a few teams out there that would probably run, let's say they run something like this. It's less common, but let's say they run something like this or an LD in this position. Let's say that they would go for a Let's say that they also have Alexandra, for example. If they go this, Asima just cleans up this whole team easily. And Rika is definitely the recommended one. I did try Bludja in like the last rush. It was okay. But I do think that Rika is better on that position. Love Asima. Asima is definitely nice. Asima is absolutely nice. Yeah, and you could aim to build like a speed team to clear, but I think that these kind of speed teams are kind of fine if you're lacking the other units. Wait, you didn't max kill this? Understandable. Kind of do want to see how much damage output this has. Not sure if you outspeed your own Zen. Okay, we just wait until it derps. It's your own hit anyways. Or your own team. Just want to see how much damage the Trinity does. Derp! Shit unit. Derp and don't stun, because why should derp and then stun? Wow, Zen AI is actually good. Maybe that's the reason everyone uses Zen on defense. What the actual fuck? Is this thing perfect? Yeah, or what? Yeah, thank you. Galleon isn't perfect, that's what I can tell you. I would say Trinity Loki against Byungil is actually good. Loki Trinity is fucking insane against Byungil because you lower the HP and therefore your final hit can do a lot of damage. I would absolutely use a Trinity if I had one, not gonna lie. It's actually so much better than I thought. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab, which has the dungeon guide archive and the video guide archive, which contains all of the guides that you need. Hope to see you there.